And everybody to the Loyal BBN Fan Show. I am your host, Mike, here with 21 Crump. What's going on, 21?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's get this dub today.
Man, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way we can get beat by South Carolina today. The worst team in the SEC.
I mean, you would think that, but man, I tell you what, there's some notable things here. South Carolina only lost to Auburn by 2 earlier in the season,
Yeah,
and man, we're plagued by this. We always beat these good teams, but these teams that we really should just have no problem with. We end up having so I'm more nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm way more nervous, especially coming off of 2 straight losses. I'm more nervous about this game than I really should be.
well, I mean, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, man, because I think I'm nervous before every ball game. I don't know if I'm just. I am. I'm so nervous about the ball games, and I'm just like, okay, the last time that we got pumped up like this, and we thought because we was a much better team, and we had won so many games, and the other team, which is being Arkansas, wasn't
hmm
all that good, and we was completely overconfident that we was going to just walk in and beat them.
That's right.
I'm feeling about the same way right now, and I know Butler's not playing. I know that's obvious. I asked myself how healthy is Carr, and I don't know, and I'm so nervous right now because my day is so much better when we win ball games.
Yeah. Let me tell you what. Up here in Lexington, it's like everyone's been in a daze, man. Yeah, it's not hard to find someone to talk about the Cats with you in Lexington, but nobody
Yeah,
wants to talk about the Cats right now.
I know, right? You got to show me. What have you done? What have you done for us lately? And
Uh-huh.
we've done nothing but lost 2 ball games, and because of that, everybody's just like, okay, man, like is Coach Pope gonna come out a different guy today? Is he gonna come out? I mean, I don't want Coach Pope on the sideline just screaming the whole ball game. That's not what I'm looking for. But I am looking for maybe, what I'm saying, for him to show some maybe once in a while some angry emotions, and maybe that would rub off on the players. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely am looking for them to come out with a special kind of intensity today. I really hope they're tenacious on defense today. That's been our biggest question mark all season.
I
Are we
think
going to be able to play good defense and good enough defense to stop the worst team in the SEC from beating us on our home floor?
Hey man, that's a huge question mark. It really
Yes, it
is. So
is a
that,
huge.
that's the Butler game. Oh, Butler game time decision. Jackson questionable. Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
everybody, I just put a poll in the chat too. So I asked, are we scared of losing to South Carolina
You,
today? And let me know in the chat if y'all are getting a little nervous about this game.
that's about 20 or more freaking furniture gonna have the team playing with. I hope they do. Hey, Big Blue Cat. Thanks for joining in, Rick Brown. I see you. Good morning. Nobody. Good morning to you. Thank you guys for joining in. I want to put this right here because I'm just seeing this too as well. Because I just said here, Butler game time decision. Jackson questionable. What's wrong with Jackson, man? Like
Yeah,
what's what's wrong with Jackson? like it's
that isn't that the weird thing about this year too. I feel like a lot of these players, like you don't hear that they're injured or anything until right before the game.
like
Like
who does this? Like what's going? Like okay, so you want to keep everything on the hush hush, I guess, for a little bit, but it's man, Jackson Rich don't know which one. Oh my goodness! Nobody, you got too much information. Okay, I,
I
I don't.
know.
Nobody, I don't need no more information today. Okay, you're information highway. I need you to stop that. Big Blue catch by 20 or more. Pope gonna break some furniture. Gonna have this team playing with fire. I hope so. I hope you are. I'm completely right. You know what I didn't realize, man, is that with the stats today with this ball game, bro, I didn't realize that Kentucky was 320th in defense and South Carolina is 105. Oh my goodness, dude! Like we got to play out of our mind. Robinson hurts his wrist in practice. Oh my goodness, man! Well, don't practice no more. Everybody just stop practicing. everybody just stop practicing. No more practice. Let's just watch film, okay? As they say, let's just have a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we need this win. The state of Kentucky has had such a bad taste in its mouth, man. I really feel like I said it at the beginning. Should I even be scared about this? Like under normal circumstances, we wouldn't be scared about a game like this. And usually it used to be that our non-conference games were harder than our in-conference games. So
not anymore, bro. This is I guess in SEC Kentucky for worse offense worse. So in the I guess I gotta ask the question: is this game more important than the Arkansas game is? Considering what's going on right now with losing to Arkansas, losing to Ole Miss, and now we got South Carolina at home.
So I can't say I can't speak on how whether those games are important or not.
Yeah,
I mean because every game is important, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
This game is super important just for the fact that we need to get back to the standard of Kentucky basketball, and we need to start winning again. We got to finish out this conference strong, man. Like we're not in a good spot right now, really. If we go on a big losing streak here, it spells trouble for us. So I definitely think getting tying together a few wins here is going to take care of us come March time. So
we're in a cat race, and I like nobody just threw up a stat that if we lose today and Arkansas wins, then we're tied in the SEC. Nobody saw this coming. I mean, considering how the year Arkansas is having, and now considering what Kentucky's doing, Kentucky's just falling by the wayside. And can we break even in the SEC today? I really hope that we can, because I don't know if BBN is ready to go 2 games under 500 in the SEC, with considering how rough it is. I mean, Jimmy already we're number 8 right now in the SEC. It's just not looking good for Kentucky, man. And even as 11.5 point favorites, unless I got something wrong, bro, I don't care if we win by half point. Let's just win the ball game.
My question is did we buy into the hype too fast? Because how this is seeming to play out, Kentucky had a stellar beginning to Mark Pope was the clear winner of coach of the year at the beginning half of the season.
Yeah.
But now we're at a point where, just like how nobody said, with us being scared about dropping this one, that we could be tied with Arkansas. Could we see that John Calipari ends up having a better year than Mark Pope?
Ugh.
So I really think finishing out this season strong is the number one priority here. We gotta have a better first year.
Well, if it's any consolation, we play South Carolina and Arkansas plays Alabama. I think it is, but Arkansas's at home though, so crazier things have happened. Yeah. So let's just see what happens. They understand how important this game is the same way as we do. Liz C, good morning to you. Hey man, I see you got on a hat today.
Yeah. This is the most high fashion product that you can possibly buy. Look, the quality that this was. They even dropped this off to me. They dropped it in via drone, man. Like it is outstanding.
That looks nice, bro. That's my first time actually seeing one, because I don't have one, so it actually looks good. So you're the first one that's ever had that. So it looks good, bro. It looks real good. I'm a little jealous, bro. I think I'm about to step up my wardrobe a little bit. 21, that's for sure. Appreciate you supporting me, man. Thank you so much. At this exact point of the season last year, with a much weaker SEC, Kentucky has the same exact SEC record, but Pope has more and better quad 1 wins. Oh, I agree with you for real too. Beating all these ranked teams was no fluke. At least we can say we've been injured as to why we've been losing. Mr. Alpha Brave C, I agree with you. I like that comment too as well too. I mean, the bottom line is when we healthy, when look the committee, college basketball, the SEC, everyone knows, everyone knows that when Kentucky is at full strength, Kentucky is a team to be reckoned with. Kentucky is a team that can play with anybody on any given night. Injuries, unfortunately, has just plagued us, and we just it is what it is. Now, can we sit here and cry about injuries? Everybody's dealing with injuries right now. It's not just Kentucky, but when you lose key personnel like we lost, I mean that is going to make a big difference. Last night my daughter, she had a game last night, a high school game last night, and the they was blowing the other team out. The only reason why that team only lost by 2 points is because that team had those girls was amazing point guards. And that point guards kept them in the ball game, the rest of the ball game. And that's the reason that they lost the ball game that my daughter's team won. But everyone was scared because we could not believe that they was gonna come back. And having Butler and then having the backup PG1 out, that makes a big difference, bro. It really makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm. I think something else to note about this team. I feel like we would have been able to handle these losses a little bit better if Big Blue Nation understood, coming into the season that of course this team has the ability and the firepower to win against anyone. I mean, we beat some really good teams this season, but we also have the ability to lose to anyone too.
Yeah.
And it's it's just I personally will always love this season. This will definitely go down as one of my favorite Kentucky seasons just because of how up and down it's been, man. It's been a roller coaster and it's been entertaining.
So, it has been. So
there's that.
I mean, we just got to get back in the win column, bro. And do we have a lot to brag about if we do beat South Carolina? We don't have too much to brag about for beating South Carolina. But what we do have is the ability to just say, okay, let's keep up this momentum. We know that we got Tennessee coming in Tuesday night or whatever it is. We know that's coming up. But can we just get that losing? I guess if you look at it in a positive way, one thing that you can actually say is every time this year that we came off a 2-game losing streak, we've always won. So it's just gonna be the one exception where we lose 3 in a row. Look, South Carolina, they ain't going to the tournament. They already know that they're not going to the tournament. Heck, they might not even make it into the NIT. I don't even know. But the point is, South Carolina's coming in and they don't have any fear. They don't like they're not playing for number 1 seed. These guys are playing to spoil some parties. And why not start with Kentucky and spoil Kentucky? They might lose rest of the games for the rest of the year. But we beat Kentucky. We beat Kentucky, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So we just got to get this win. 21. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think Arkansas definitely put out the blueprint on how to beat us, and Ole Miss utilized that blueprint. So this is going to be Pope's test. Okay, we've got the worst team in the league coming in here. They're going to try out the blueprint, and it's going to be up to Pope with all these injuries and all these personnel out. It's going to be up to him to make the right game plan to adjust for that and respond and just say like he did after the Alabama game. He said we are going to punish teams that guard us this way. All right, man, it's time to start punishing these teams. We got to finish out this last leg of the season strong.
We got 9 games. We got 9 games left. Oh man, dude, and it's gonna be tough on the aspect of injuries and how do we find to be able to pull some strings together to win some ball games. And can we start? For me, it all starts today against South Carolina. It's no need, and I'm very glad that it's an early game because no one wants to sit around and be nervous all day long and wondering if we're gonna beat South Carolina tonight. so hey, it is what it is. Don't even look. Just come on in here and let's get this beaten. So you guys have gone about your way. But Kentucky's got to win this ball game. How do you think Rupp Arena is going to be today, man? Do you think everybody's going to show up, or what do you think?
That's a good question because, as for one, it's an expected win, and I didn't look, man. I've been to many Rupp Arena games, and let me tell you what, when we're playing somebody that we expect to win, the crowd's not as live.
Okay.
But I will say we need this win, so I expect Rupp Arena to show up and give the Cats the energy that they need, man. I really do expect them to show up.
Cats got to win today. I like this.
Yes,
Big Blue Cat says, last I seen Pope hasn't took a shower since the Ole Miss loss, working his tail off trying to get this team fixed and back on track. Well, whatever it takes, bro. Whatever it takes, Coach Pope. We're behind you. And but if you're not gonna take a shower, we're not gonna be that far behind you. But do what you do, Coach Pope, and let's get these guys. Let's get this team right here back in the win column, man. Just winning. It just feels really good, and we don't want to be the team that started. I mean, we started something. Look, we started something with Arkansas. Now these guys are winning ball games. Now let's don't be the one that loses to South Carolina, and these guys start winning too as well. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, they should show them love and support. I hope they do, Liz. I hope the crowd shows up. Maybe just like you just said, 21. Maybe because of the, maybe if we beat, maybe if we won the last two ball games, and then now South Carolina's coming in. Maybe it's just South Carolina.
Yeah.
We're not getting to, but it's a different atmosphere. Even as you say, living in Lexington, it's different right now, and it's that type of vibe. Is like, okay,
big old question mark hanging over our program right now.
Absolute hope didn't break his hand.
I will say, going back to the Pope ain't showered since the Ole Miss loss. Look, I tell you, from a fan's perspective, I certainly appreciate all the effort, Coach Pope. But I don't know how much Miss Leanne appreciates you not showering, big dog. Like, come on.
we gotta watch behind your ears.
That's right.
Hey, come on, you too tall for that. You too tall for that. Hey, Sean, you said Robinson's not playing today. I think he's questionable according to nobody, unless it just came out. I'm not sure if it just came out.
I'll go check the
info. Okay. So I know that we heard right when the show is playing that he's questionable as far as whether he's playing or not. So let's hope he is. So let's take a stab at the starting lineup today. If Butler's not playing, does that mean that you throw? So okay, how do you do that then? Are you gonna if Carr seems to be playing? Are you taking Ansley out of the starting lineup, putting Carr back in the starting lineup, and who do you bring in, and who do you? Oh, actually, I guess you can. I guess you got to start Perry. Does Perry get a start today?
He would have to, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he would have to. Perry would get a start today. Allegedly, he vandalized the lockers at Ole Miss and bloodied his hand. Yeah, that's the is Butler. I don't know about Butler being a no-go just yet. I know he's game time decision. So, look, I want to win this game so bad. I do. But if Butler's not ready, don't send him out there. I mean, look, this South Carolina game is everything,
Mm-hmm.
and South Carolina only really got one or two players that can really hurt you. If Butler's not, if he's not healthy, don't go. So Robinson and Butler are game time decisions. If Butler's not ready, don't play him, because I mean, as a Kentucky fan, it bothers me saying that we got to play someone who's about 75% just to have a chance to beat South Carolina at home. That doesn't set good with me, 21.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of depth anyway. So if we can't run our guys too ragged. And we definitely need them fresh for the SEC tournament, without a doubt, because the SEC tournament is just game, back. So if we want our guys to be healthy for March, we definitely need to take care of them right now.
I think so too. Let's see. Yeah, I call Perry starting and Butler possibly coming off the bench. I mean, I hope that. I mean, he hasn't. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even know if he's even went through any physical contact. I think last time I saw for Butler is Butler was just all thing he was doing was just going. He was going through walkthroughs or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but shoot around, whatever. But it was no physical contact. So if you got to if you can't let a guy do that in practice, then South Carolina's going to come in here and they're going to try to abuse us. And and I don't think Butler he can't be Butler if he's hurt still. So once again, I'm not the coach. Coach Pope, his staff, the doctors, they know 100 times more than I do. So I guess if they say he's ready, then I guess he's ready. But if not, I wouldn't push it. What's the guy from Harlan County's name?
That's Perry. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he's from Harlan. No. That's Noah. I'm sorry. That's Noah. Trent Noah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Trent Noah won't start because he's still playing behind Carr and Ansley.
Yeah,
So
that's
Butler,
right.
Butler was no. So I'm saying so. Butler was a no contact this week. So I don't know. If he can't do no contact at practice, South Carolina is going to be like bump him every time you can.
That's right.
Bump him. Matter of fact, go out of your way to bump Butler. And I don't know. I just what we need to go on a run so we don't get some.
And all is fair in love and war, man.
Absolutely.
So as an opposing head coach, if I knew somebody was about 65, 75%, I'm taking advantage of that matchup the entire night. I'm trying to win the ball game. So
absolutely,
I don't really care about being nice in that regard.
I don't need no, heck no, it ain't. I shake your hand when the game is over, but during the ball game, your shoulders hurt. Screens all night.
It's gonna hurt a little bit more after the game, big dog.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So, I don't know what kind of shot they're gonna give him. If they're gonna give him some kind of cortisone shot or whatever you call it. But after the ball game, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt after when that wears off. Oh, it's gonna hurt for real. If I'm not mistaken, Perry is from Eddiesville.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Did you see in that Ole Miss game? The commentators were talking about how when Travis Perry's parents were building their home, they built the barn first and then put a basketball gym inside of the barn, and then afterwards they started building a house.
that was dope, and it was clean too. That looked better than my whole house.
I know.
And let me hey, how you feel about what Sean said? Sean says he says let Amari bring run point guard. No one guards him bringing the ball up to court.
I mean,
we
have no point guards right now, and Amari Williams is really good. So I trust him with passing and that kind of stuff, but I don't know about bringing the ball up all the way to court. He's
did it quite often, a lot this year.
Yeah, he
did it a lot this year.
It's just so unfamiliar to me, Mike. Like I'm not used to seeing a center run up the floor with the ball, and I'm like, oh man, like at least give it to him at the mid court line, like.
But you know what though? If I'm sitting here thinking about Amari and him bringing the ball up to court, if you think about it, most of his turnovers when he gets the ball down low, or when he's down low and maybe tries to pass it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
His hands, he has butterfingers. It ain't even. I don't think he makes many turnovers when he brings the ball up the court as a point guard. I think his turnovers is in other areas when he gets rebounds and but also Amari Williams is becoming our most consistent player. And we didn't think we would say that, and this guy had a triple double, and because we got beat the way we did, we couldn't even enjoy it. We couldn't even enjoy something that is rare at Kentucky. It's for guys to get triple doubles.
The fourth ever all time.
Who was the last one? Was it Briscoe?
Yeah.
I think he was the last one who got a triple double. So, we couldn't even enjoy it. We couldn't even celebrate that milestone, that he has he has planted himself in Kentucky history forever when it comes to that. But I don't. No one guards him. If they trap him, he can throw over top. Perry and Chandler would get trapped, and they will force. I think so too. Sean makes a good point. Perry. And then they always. What I don't understand. Hey, that was a good point, Sean. I don't understand where you're a point guard. You don't pick up your dribble on the other side of the half court.
Mhm.
Like you got to go over. You
Yeah.
got to get the ball over the half court line before you pick up your dribble, and then you pick up your dribble only if you have to. But that's a recipe for disaster, especially when you're getting trapped and you pick the ball up, dude. You're gonna turn it over every time. So
Yeah.
he's two or four triple doubles. Beat it. Oh yes,
Huh.
Wow. I thought Briscoe had. I know Briscoe had his at home though. I think Briscoe got his. I don't remember who he was playing, but I think Briscoe. I think he got his at home. Real talk, Mike. Straight up Butterfingers and not the candy bar either. For real.
Gotta keep your head up and make a good pass, or just get by them.
Yeah,
That's the
just
only
something, bro.
option.
That's the only option. But the over or under Chandler gets 17 minutes today. Over or under?
I mean, with how our depth is right now, I'm inclined to say over. But
Wow. Okay.
I definitely think that he has some potential. He's super athletic, but
Yeah.
yeah, he needs to progress a little bit more. He just needs a little bit more time. He took 2 or 3 years. I think it was 2 years off for that
Yeah.
mission trip. So I'm not mad at him at all, man. I
Yeah.
just hope he continues to progress, and I'm sure next season he's going to be an awesome player for us.
Yeah.
But and the season's still not over. He still
Not over
could
yet.
progress. So
Yeah. So nobody says he'll probably get over 17 minutes. And I definitely can see over, especially if Jackson and Butler's out, man.
I know the Jackson one.
Well. If that happens, man, what about you?
A lot of Big Blue Nation kind of doesn't really believe in Jackson, but I tell you what, man, since 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳 has been out, Jackson Robinson a few games has been our spark guy. There's just like against Mississippi State, man, like he comes out there and he's got that swag about him, and you can just tell he's ready to just eat, and he's hitting shots left and right, and I'm like, man, I really hope Jackson can play today, man. I feel like he's a big spark plug for us, and to my point, like it's like Oweh's like the heart of the team. He's always
Yeah,
putting the
I
crap
forgot about him. Yeah.
yeah. Oweh gets the steal, and he runs across half court and gets that dunk, man. That gets us fired up every time. And how usual has that play become? Where Oweh just rips the ball from someone, runs down, and just dunks.
That's the kind of thing that even help Rupp Arena get up on their feet.
Yes.
Is we're gonna need to play like that from Oweh very early to spark the crowd, and maybe we could take that on the run as well. My only downfall that I have about Jackson is that when he's not having the best game, he puts his head down. And when it's Amari, we talk about Amari doing the same thing, but Amari is really picking it up now. He's being consistent.
Yes.
He's really doing better with the double digit rebounds every game now. So that's the only downfall that I have about Jackson Robinson, is that when he's not making shots and when things are not going too well for Kentucky, instead of finding a way to pick your team up and yourself as well and push your team, you drop your head down. And when you drop your head down, that's a telltale sign that Kentucky's losing this ball game.
That's right. And it's 50-50 with Jackson Robinson. He's either going to be fired up, talking trash to the other team or the other, the other coach or whatnot, or he's just got his head down, man.
Yeah, for real.
And man, I tell you, that's been our killer the last 2 games. We just haven't played with that same like fire and intensity, and it's like we just hit a brick wall with our momentum, and now we just got to crash through the brick wall. So
I hope we do, and just can't be one of the situations where, It is what it is. No, BB. Let me tell you what it is. We better get this win today.
Yeah.
Because we don't get this win today, and I don't know what to say, man. But we might get this win today, for sure. So did you see the injury report? Did you see if it was
I
up there or
couldn't
not?
I couldn't find anything different, Mike. I couldn't.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those things 5 minutes before the game tips off,
I
they're
think
going to
so
come out and
too.
say it.
Yeah. Well, if you know what, if Robinson is not playing, or if he's questionable, I wouldn't say he would be questionable if it was his offhand. It must be his shooting hand
Good
because,
point.
or his wrist as well. But I don't think he would be out or be questionable if he hurt his offhand. I mean, I wouldn't say so, which really which is not good because now his shooting hand is done. So that's another down. That's another hurt as well too. So interesting had one. The problem with Butler is they're afraid the system Pope runs with so many screens. I mean, he'd get hurt fighting, I'm fighting through. Absolutely, nobody. And knowing that his shoulder is hurt, dude, South Carolina, look, we don't care. Like, I mean, we don't want to see the guy get his career ended. We just want to end his career for this ball game. You know what I mean? And so we can't. I mean, if he's not ready, I just look at this particular point. I know how important this South Carolina game is. I do, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, and I know that when we're healthy, Kentucky is one of the best teams in the country when we're healthy, and I don't want to lose 3 games in a row. I don't want to, but if we lose this game and Butler comes back in a couple of weeks and everybody's healthy, if we somehow, which I don't know if we will, if we get Chrisa back by the end of the month or whatever, which I don't know if we will, and then we go on a big run and then we make some real noise in the tournament, I think people will forget about this bad loss to South Carolina. But I don't want to lose South Carolina. But I'm looking at the bigger picture right now.
That's right. That's exactly right, Mike. We're true blue fans, man. We'll always be here for the Cats regardless.
Yeah.
But on top of that though, the more we help ourselves right now, the easier it will be tournament time, man. Because if we catch a couple bad losses like we've been doing, man, we're gonna have to play tougher opponents earlier in the tournament. So it's very crucial that we help ourselves so that way we have more rest down the road. I do think that this is a very critical point of the season for Mark Pope for sure. And look, just because I'm being a little critical on Mark Pope, don't mean that I don't believe in Mark Pope. Mark Pope is going to be a stellar coach for us. I have no doubt in my mind that this season he had to put stuff together that like he just didn't have time. He had 3 months to get everything together. So I definitely think next season's going to be all right, without a doubt. But with the rest of this season, we're going to see what he's made of. So. It's a good thing. It's really a good thing because I expect him to handle this well, and I think he will.
I mean, just kind of looking on Facebook all week long and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you could tell that BBN is still truly behind him. Is he on the stove? I don't know if that's fair or not. And then some people say, yeah, he is. I'm losing faith. And I don't think that's fair. One question I do want to ask you guys: will we ever this year? Will we ever see a double-digit rebound game from Garrison?
Let me run up a poll really fast.
Okay. Will we ever see a double-digit rebounding game from Garrison? I don't understand. Like, he gets big rebounds at times, but why come you can't get 10 rebounds in one ball game? Like, I like you gotta want to rebound the basketball. Like, you gotta want to rebound the basketball. And like, is that a sign that he just doesn't want to go down there and get physical? Is he just not strong enough? Is Garrison is Garrison what he is this year? and we hopefully wait till next year when he puts on maybe about 20 more pounds of muscles, and and just in the system. But I just don't I just don't understand why we're not getting more rebounds out of Garrison. I mean, we get more rebounds from Oway than we do from Garrison, and that, I love that our guards are go get rebounds, but our big guys like Garrison, he's got to do more, and he just got to do more. Arkansas trolls must be sleeping still, or did they move on? They still watch my channel on YouTube, and big shout out to all you guys who support me on YouTube. Once again, I thank all you guys for for watching the videos, commenting, all that kind of stuff. So 21, I did at the first of the season. I expected a good team, and we have won. But I also said next year will be a lot better because that was too fast, Sandy. But thank you. Because we'll have a seasoned team with the first team in years. Don't lose faith. No, don't lose faith. I agree
Yeah.
with Cindy, and and thank you for that. Nobody hard on Pope than Pope. Love is fire. Yeah,
I agree with that, Liz. That is true. I definitely think he is his harshest critic.
oh,
Without a doubt.
absolutely, by a long shot. I mean, he's if nobody else in that locker room, coaches or players understand what Kentucky's all about. It's him. And he understands that you guys don't understand, but I know what BBN is like. And BBN with this type of action, this type of behavior, this lack of winning ball games, that's just something that BBN is just never going to accept ever. And I don't care, and this is him. I don't care how much they love me and that I brought a championship to Kentucky and that I was a captain when I was a senior and I got Kentucky running through my blood. They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is winning basketball games. And they don't care who's at the helm as long as Kentucky's winning. So he knows that the pressure is on him. So believe me, we don't have to beat him up. He's already doing a great job by himself doing that.
That's right. That's right. But it's like I texted the group chat the other day. I said, if Pope really loves Kentucky, he's got to put a ring on it. He does. He will. So
you got to do something. So
yeah.
If Garrison does, nobody says if Garrison doesn't hit a shot, it gets in his head and ends up with a bad game.
And I think,
go ahead. No.
I think that particular shot that is a make it or break it for him is that three that he loves to shoot at the top of the key. If he hits that three, yeah. If he hits that three, he's gonna have a stellar game.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
he doesn't hit that three, he gets in his head, man. But I do think that hustle stats are what can bring the ball game closer.
Yes.
So your steals, your jump balls, and your rebounds. Of course, those are also a hustle stat. I think that with us just being beat up right now, we've got to show some intensity there, just so that way it sends a message to everyone that hey, we're gonna find a way to win the ball game. Like that's just what we're gonna do.
And today better be that day that we find a way to win the ball game.
Yes, that's where I was going with that. Is that I think Garrison, I think that he'll definitely step it up tonight for sure.
I agree with Big Cat. With Blue Cat. If the team gets healthy, come March, watch out. So just an announcement. And it will be a post game show here on YouTube only. But the post game show will not be that long today. I have obligations that I got to go. I got to go take care of today. But I've been given permission to do the post game show. So my executive officer has told me that I can do a short post game show, but we got to be out of the house. Yeah, this is Ben's experience with payoff tournament time. I think so too. Look. We can look at this. The game starts in a couple of minutes. So, hey, you guys throw your score prediction. I didn't realize it was so late. Oh no, we still got a couple of minutes, right? 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it starts at noon.
Yeah. Big Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably am wrong, but I just feel like the game against Arkansas, Mo Pope didn't act like he wanted it that bad. He didn't act like he had no compassion, no fire.
I
Go
I
ahead, 21.
I think Pope had plenty of desire to win that game. I think the players' hearts weren't in it, and that's fair because like the players aren't entitled to feel exactly the same way that Big Blue Nation feels. They're not,
Yeah,
and but with what I'm saying is the players had no motivation to beat Cal just because they had no connection to Cal.
yeah,
The players had plenty of motivation to beat Duke because, some of these guys grew up wanting to beat Duke at Kentucky. They had plenty of motivation to beat Louisville. That's our rival.
yeah, yeah,
With Cal, it's a little different.
yeah,
So I think Pope definitely wanted to win that game, and I think he definitely knew how much it meant to Kentucky to win that game.
yeah.
But I mean, it just didn't happen that way. And we can sit here and try to say like, oh man, our hearts weren't in it. But let's just be honest, man. Cal punched us in the mouth. I mean,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah,
We got a taste of our own medicine, and it's
yeah.
just how it goes.
That's why we gotta stay humble, bro. And I think that's why I never go into a ball game. I might get hype about it, and I might make a video that Kentucky's about to win the ball game. But deep down in my side it says shut your mouth and be humble. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Be
yeah,
quiet and just be humble. And if you win, celebrate your little heart out. If not, then people will be able to say, well, hey, I didn't say they was gonna win the ball game. I just said they was
yeah.
gonna play good. You know what I'm saying? So
With
yeah,
me,
so
with me, I definitely love trash talking. I think trash talking's an art. It's definitely an art form. So I will say I was wrong for sure, and I accept all like Arkansas fans have been letting me hear it without a
yeah.
doubt.
I'm for
So,
real.
but here's the thing: is like all is fair in love and war, man. It just is. So
Yeah. Have we had a team with this many injuries? I don't think we have, bro. Like, I mean, like every year we'll have like maybe like one player who is out. Vanderbilt, guys like that. But as far as having this many injuries and this compounding and such key players out of the ball game at one time, I can't remember. I know some of you guys have been watching a lot longer than I have. Um, but I don't remember it. Good to go. We'll stay healthy, especially for the Fouls rematch after today. Lamont, good. I hope Lamont doesn't start though. I'm just like I just want Perry to have a game of his life today. Because if Perry's doing really good out there, and if we're doing good, then that's less minutes that you have to have Butler in the ball game. And so I hope Perry has a game of his life. But if Jackson's not starting or if he's not playing and we bring Butler off the bench, then Perry's gonna get his first start at Kentucky as a freshman.
yeah, I think Perry and Noah both got to hit some big shots today, just
Yeah.
because the crowd, like man, when Rep Arena gets loud, it's super hard to play in there. And I think as long as those guys come out and make some big plays, I think the crowd will carry us through the game. So
Well, hey Liz, I hope you're feeling better then, because I thank you for watching the pregame show. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, okay? But believe me, just imagine me. I had to do the postgame show. So imagine how we felt for that. Actually,
yeah,
21, you was with me for that game, wasn't you?
yeah,
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. So it wasn't fun, but we had to do the postgame show. But thank you
I,
for joining for the pregame show.
I tell you, man, I don't know. Big Blue Nation, let me know if I'm right. But after that Arkansas game, I woke up the next morning and my head just hurt, man. Like I was just, oh man, I don't know what it was, but I had a headache all day, and I was just like, man, the energy I was ready to come with, man, it was just,
Uh,
it's just one of those things.
it just was not good.
Yeah, yeah,
Not good at all.
not good.
So this is so Sandy. This is just my opinion, okay? Sandy didn't. So he threw up the comment is that that Pope needs to put a firecracker under Williams' butt and get the 7-footer to jump and get rebounds. That drives me nuts. It's like I'm jumping for the ball. He's the last four games or so. I think this dude is averaging double figures in rebounds. Should he get more? Yeah, he should get more. You know what I'm saying? He's taller than Oscar was, but Oscar's a different beast. We're not gonna find anybody like Oscar. So Oscar he set the bar too high.
Yeah.
I was gonna set the bar too high, and we if we could just get a portion of that from Williams every single ball game. But in Williams' defense, I think Williams has definitely stepped up his rebounding. I mean, he got a triple double. Nobody's talking about it because we get beat. So I just Williams, he got to continue doing this because we need him moving forward. He's gonna have to keep because right now we can't expect Garrison to get no more than 4 rebounds a ball game. Give me Garrison's height and let me play college basketball. Look, you don't need me to score. You don't need me to score like you need everybody else to score. I need to score a little bit. I get it. But overall, I know what my responsibility is. Get these rebounds so they don't get second chances. That's all I would do if I was his height. Please just give me one installer and I'll rebound.
Hey, we got some breaking news. So I'll try to hold it. Yeah, so as you can see, Lamont Butler is not on the injury report, but Jackson Robinson is still a game time decision.
There we go. Somebody clip that. Not just rebounds, Sandy points inside on offense. Yes, I will say that too as well. He needs to be able to play with his back to the basket and be able to go get some points. But considering how Williams is starting to really play, how he's starting to be more physical, I think he waited. I don't want to say he waited too long to get started, but now it's crucial for him to definitely get himself together and keep it where he's at. Garrett needs some offense here and there, where he's the only big man in. I agree with you, Aaron.
Let's give some extra special props to Amari Williams because he's definitely heard it from Big Blue Nation all season.
Yeah.
I will say, man, Amari Williams is super critical to this team. He's our defensive anchor. I mean, he's our center, so he has to be our defensive anchor.
Yeah.
And he's been playing with some great toughness and grit recently. He manages our whole offense. How many times have we seen a play start with him standing at the top of the key with the ball, ready to start that action off with our offense for a pass or him penetrating in some way. So I just wanted to give an extra special thank you to Amari. I know it hasn't been easy from Big Blue Nation all season, but I really appreciate what you've been doing recently, my brother.
Got to keep it up, absolutely. Now, if we can just bring Garrison along with him, then I think we'll be okay. But I was proud of Amari. He had a great. Amari did. And I'm a strong believer as that. I'm a strong believer that we're very quickly to tell somebody that they're not doing right, that they need to do better. So when they do better, I don't know what he's gonna do today, but what he's been doing the last ball game or two, I definitely got to say, good job to you, young fella, and keep doing it and bring that today because we can't lose this ball game today because if we do, then well, that's just a shame because we shouldn't be losing to those guys like that. So. Yeah.
Kentucky fans are a fickle bunch.
They are.
we gonna find something to be unhappy about. But also when we are happy, we're gonna be on the front lines fighting for our cats every night. So it's this season's been such a roller coaster, and it's been so entertaining, man. I know I'm always gonna cheer on the cats, and I know there's tons of True Blue here in the chat. So if you're a True Blue fan in the chat. Let us know what year was the first year that you all became a Big Blue Nation fan in full effect. That you were just, man, I've been watching the Cats since this year. We want to know.
For myself, I've been watching the Cats for a while, but like being in the military and being overseas, and now if I was just starting to being a Kentucky fan. And if I had to go overseas, then I can follow it a lot closer. Being overseas, you don't really have that access. And then when you're out in the middle of the water on a big ship, and you don't even see land, a lot of times it can be hard for you to keep up with Kentucky. So for a few years, I don't want to say I lost touch with them or I lost contact with Kentucky, but it wasn't there at a high level at all. So. But now that I'm stable, now that I'm back where I need to be at, Kentucky's a part of my life. Yeah, I was born. He said I was born a Wildcat. That's okay.
Right.
You and hey James Poole, you ain't gotta tell us the year of that. It's okay.
Yeah.
You keep it to yourself. No problem. You keep it to yourself as well too. Need a speech from Jorts in the locker room today. For real. For real. Hey guys, do you guys remember Rob Harris? You remember Rob Harris?
That was a little
The
before my time.
uh, well, he was the trainer for Kentucky. He was the athletic trainer for Kentucky, for weight room and all that. Um, does anybody remember? I mean, he's a young guy. Does
Oh,
anyone? Yeah.
if I should know him, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
I'm sure if I saw a picture of him, I'd be like, oh yeah, but yeah,
stay from the thing. Stay from no man. Stay from the year thing. All right, Lindsay, we do that for real. I mean, look, man, we got some people that has been following Kentucky literally most of their life. Like they're born into this thing. Like the doctor smacked a Kentucky sticker on their butt when they was first born. They didn't even clean the bodies yet. They just stuck a sticker on their butt. So a lot of people have actually been with Kentucky for they can't remember that far back. That's how long they've been with it. So
yeah.
I mean, so no one's going to stop. No one's going to stop cheering for them. When they're at their worst, or when it seems like that they're at their worst. We're going to get upset. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get upset. We're going to be hurt. We're going to be angry at the moment. But you can't just turn off the love that you know what I'm saying. You can't just turn off the love that you have for Kentucky just because things are not going right. Man, hey, son of a gunner, I helped build Rupp Arena. Oh my goodness. Well,
I
don't
don't.
hey, don't you ain't gotta tell me your age then, son of a gunner. And that's for sure. If you help build Rupp's been around for a long time. Richard Pullum, 71. So see, maybe I should try to figure out who's the oldest who's been watching Kentucky the most in that's on my show. That would be something definitely um, to maybe do a show with. No way, I love my cats. So but hey guys, let's get this win today over South Carolina Gamecocks. They beat us in. They handed us our butts in football. So we owe them right now, okay? We owe them in football aspect, smash mouth defense today. Hopefully not literally. I hope so too. I watched the '98 Duke game and had ice cream for therapy after the whole game. I had some good ice cream as well. Ron Mercer was my first favorite UK player, so I've been BBN since then. Aaron Davenport, appreciate that big guy. Uh, I was gonna add something, man. I forgot what it was. I was born BBN. I remember Dad turning the TV down and listening to K-Wood Leftwood on the radio in the '70s, but wasn't all in fan bleed blue till '80s. Well, appreciate you. We got this BBN coming back today. Yeah, Kentucky's gonna get a win today, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call the shot today. I don't have any wood to knock on. Yeah, I do. Let me
I
knock
got
on.
some for you.
No one record this, okay? Please, no one record this. But UK's gonna win the game today. Um, who's y'all's MVP today, man? You can't say Jack. You can say Jackson, but we don't know if he's gonna play or not. So who's y'all's MVP today, and what's the score prediction from birth to death? Go Big Blue.
So my score prediction. So we're in Rupp. I think we'll win this game 84-72. And our MVP will either be Owe or Brea. That's mine.
Man, getting a double bye is a double bye off the table. Can we just say that a double for Kentucky to get a double bye is pretty much off the table? With 9 games to go, like last year, we had to win out. We had to beat Tennessee to get a double bye last year. Actually, did we get a double bye last year? We did, didn't we?
I look, man. I was not
Yeah.
the past 5 years. The past 5 years for Kentucky basketball,
Yeah.
it's not been good. So I I didn't really watch them too heavily, but I did. I
Yeah.
did watch big games. Uh,
Absolutely.
I I can't remember if we got it. I want to say we did, but I know
Yeah.
we lost the first game though.
Yeah. It's a little funny, man. Uh, when I get before I go, I want to say this. I always get thrilled when women. Let's see, Beth. So for Beth and Marty, is this Beth or is this Marty or is this both? Who's in the chat right now? And I also want to give a shout out to Liz. You know, it's I always enjoy when women join the show because I always enjoy hearing their comments. And I don't think women voices get heard enough. They know more about sports than I do. So whenever a lady, whenever any lady can join the show and can give her thoughts and give her inputs, I just want to give a shout out to all the women who join. Liz, also want to give a shout out to um, who is this right here? Leanne Bryant. She's an admin for a group on Facebook called, let me get that. The Big Blue, let's see exactly. No, let me try and get her thing right here. Sorry about that. She's a admin for Kentucky Wildcats fan zone group on Facebook. And I just want to give her a shout out. She sent me a really cool text yesterday that really made my day. So, Leah, thank you, Leah and Bryant. Thank you so much for the text that you gave me. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me as well, too. If you guys have wives or girlfriends that watch the show, please give them a hug for me and tell them thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments. I always really, really love that, and it means a lot to me. So, Leanne Bryant, thank you so much. And I'm not sure if you're watching this right now, but I know you watched the post game show, so I definitely will give you a shout out there too as well to say thank you for that text that you sent me, and I just appreciate it. So yeah, all the females in here, man. Thank you guys so much. And I'm not hitting on nobody and nothing like that, but I just want to say thank you guys for for joining as well too. So Pigpen, thank you guys for joining in. The Wildcats hopefully get this win today. Hank says 103-63. Okay, well, I think that's what we need. Look, I'm not. I'm a big fan on blowing out teams, but today I'm a real big fan of blowing out teams. So we need to make a statement win. But we beat South Carolina. So, but then again, we beat South Carolina by a whole lot, and Auburn only beats them by 2. And another game they lose by 3. Tell me that right there doesn't give you hope. Really enjoyed it. So thanks, Chris. I appreciate it, but I feel like you guys picked the same person over and over to read their comments instead of giving everybody a chance to let's be fair to everyone. Are you saying that I don't show everybody's comments? Is that what I try to? I mean, I would be here showing comments like all day. I really enjoyed the show, but I feel like you guys picked the same person over and over to read their comments instead of giving everybody a chance. Let's be fair to everyone. Go Big Blue. Note taken, Chris Perry. Appreciate you throwing that out to us. It's not on purpose. I definitely would tell you that for sure. But I hear you and I see you, and you'll see a difference. Okay, not because you're telling me, but because I just understand that you're right, and I do try to share it around as much as possible. So thank you for throwing that out to me. And that's what this show is all about. How do we make this show better? And if that's the way to make the show better, then absolutely, that's something that we'd be cautious of.
I will say, with that particular comment, that's definitely a fair thing to say. But I
Yeah,
will say, on this, that's kind of my job. But as you all can see, I'm actually on the pregame show today. So if I was if BC was here or something like that, it'd be a little different. I could run the comments a little better. So like I said, y'all, it's it's a work in progress. We're
yeah.
gonna get there. It's just getting better every day. So
Absolutely. So, but thanks for bringing that to our attention, Perry, and
yes,
Chris Perry, and we would definitely make us self conscious about that as well too. So, and I like when people come on here, and I like when people are able to be honest about what they're feeling. You're not going to be harassed. You're not going to be deleted. You're not going to be blocked. You're not going to get yelled at. We're trying to do everything that we can to make the show a lot better. So thanks, Chris Perry, for that. But hey, before we go, 21, what you got?
Hey guys, so over on my channel, I'll put the link in the chat here in a second. But over on my channel, I run a show called KY Live. It's a Kentucky-based show. It's just getting off of its feet, but I'm definitely going to use that channel as a way to spotlight some local businesses around the state, as well as some just Kentuckians that are just doing a stellar job of being Kentuckians. So I would really appreciate if you all came over there and checked out my show. I do talk about the cats, but it's not as much as we talk about the cats, of course, over here on this channel. But I do everything from current events to some local news and that kind of stuff. Just some big things happening around the state. And I'm actually going to be doing some remote shows at some festivals and some things like that. So just be sure to go over there and check it out. You know, I really, really would appreciate it. And I take feedback over there as well. So if there's a particular business that you're wanting to see spotlighted, or someone in particular you think is doing a great job out in the community, please let me know, man, because I feel like our media here in Kentucky doesn't cover them as well, and I want to be able to give them the spotlight they deserve. So I'm gonna post that link in the chat now, and just everyone go give me a go check me out if you feel nice enough to do so. I would really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Twan. You do a lot for us. Let's blow out the Vols instead. Mike, hit that thumbs up. Absolutely. So wouldn't be talking about a blowout today. We just need hey, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Just what Don Ho just says is okay with me. This is Big Mike, and I'll approve of this message. Let's just, I'll Big Mike, and let's just approve it, and I'll approve of this. Let's just win today. I think we need a blowout win would be nice. It feels good. We feel like we did something really great, but right now Kentucky just needs a win, and we need to be able to. It's South Carolina, so if we win by 2 points, guess what? They beat Auburn by 2 points. Now they was out. They was without Broom when they did that. I think that was the game when he got hurt. But even before he got hurt, they wasn't even blowing him out with Broom. So I don't know what the game would look like if he wasn't hurt the whole rest of the ball game. But the game was close even when he got hurt. So let's go beat South Carolina, and let's go get this win, man. So once again, thank you guys. 21, I know it's the last minute. Thank you for jumping on with me. I appreciate it. It makes the show a whole lot better. I appreciate you guys. Go get this win. The post game show will be only here on YouTube. So if you're here, please hit subscribe and watch the show, comment, and we'll see you guys after the show. Go Cats.
Hey, go Cats, man.
Go Cats, guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.